We would like to welcome you to Audio Suplex Live, brought to you by the Nerd Complex Podcast Network. Holy stuff.
You're going to hold back from Kristen already?
Are we on episode 16?
It is
69.
Episode 13 for those keeping score.
17?
Episode 13.
16?
13.
Okay.
13.
Was that one that we did on a
13.
Saturday? Did that one count?
Episode 13.
That was a round table.
And which
Some of them do count.
one of these days I'm going to sit you down and I'm going to explain the inner workings and the inner mechanisms of what counts as canon
Okay, well, you
for
said
Audio Suplex Live and what doesn't.
originally
Yeah.
any episode on a Thursday gets a number. Boom. But we didn't have one on Thursday. We had to do one on
Any
Saturday.
episode that airs on a Thursday.
It didn't air on Thursday.
It 100%. Oh, okay.
It aired on Saturday or Sunday.
You are just nitpicky.
I want us all to follow the rules of the episode.
Nitpicky.
I just want to,
Well,
for when we archive these, I want it to be
Nitpicky
easy.
James.
Stop it.
When we're archiving, I'm thinking about the future.
Whatever. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kind of a light week in wrestling. Not anything monumental.
It was a lame week in wrestling.
A little bit, yeah. We're kind of like in a holding pattern until you obviously have Payback this weekend, so that's kind of everything's wrapping up with that, which kind of feels like a convoluted mess right now, but
It is garbage.
it's a little bit of a mess. I mean, but speaking of Payback, we have our live Payback preview special coming this Sunday at 1 p.m. That's a little plug.
1 p.m. All right.
So just roll in, 12:55.
I should just be here on time.
Stumbling drunk, just
What kind of drinker do you think I am?
the kind who would be drunk at 12:55 on a Sunday afternoon.
He doesn't stumble.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Whoa, who's that other voice?
What?
There's a third voice in here.
He's been talking a couple of times.
I didn't hear anybody else.
No?
No.
Oh, so it's just the Corey and Travis show this week. All
Yeah,
right.
we don't have any guest hosts.
Yeah, we couldn't get anybody. We tried. We reached out to everybody. Who didn't we reach out to?
Oh, man. Mauro Ranallo was going to actually...
I actually did reach out to him and still have yet to hear anything back. So hopefully...
Definitely didn't get any retweets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Matt Goodfriend is on the show this week.
Matt, it's a three-peat.
Guest star extraordinaire, Matt Goodfriend.
It's a three-peat. When are we going to make this official? When are you going to...
I'm typically off on Thursdays, so...
Right, it's weird.
Do we have to... How about, like, unofficial,
he's-
official?
Well, the thing is, okay, I'm going to break the swear thing. I don't give a shit about wrestling. I don't have time to watch it, but I'm good at talking to you guys about it.
Yeah.
You do give a
I'm
shit
kidding.
about wrestling.
You do like wrestling.
You just got a busy life.
Yeah,
I do.
You
Very busy
have
life.
a wife and you manage a store and
You have a dog?
You have a dog. Yeah, you have a lot of things going for you. Like
He's a full-time job in itself.
I have all the time in the world to dedicate to this. So unlike you two schmucks who have like actual real life stuff like girlfriends and fiancés and wives and stuff like that. Like I've got,
Yeah, I definitely have girlfriends and fiancés.
Yeah.
And then my wife, too. So.
Jeez.
Is Devin okay with that?
She's not going to listen to this.
I just put your wife's
No, you
government
don't have to
on
whisper.
on the
No
internet.
whispers or
She's eating
shushes.
Korean food right now. She doesn't care.
No, I don't know if she's like, I never had Korean food.
Super nice.
It's really good.
Great
Great place.
So what do we got going on this week, Corey?
As far as my life,
No, I don't care about that. I care about
okay.
our show. I care about Audio Suplex Live, the hottest show this side of the internet.
well, we're gonna do the same thing we do every week.
Trying to take over the world of professional wrestling podcasts?
That is correct.
All
We will make
right.
it to number one someday.
We just have a couple podcasts to take out ahead of us. Law would be one of them.
I think if we take them out at the knees,
we got to figure out where these schmucks go so that we could take them out, like just straight up, like
I know We Watch Wrestling is out of near L.A.
LA.
so
So we're going to LA.
what podcast goes over TNA? We got a niche market there. We could just be the TNA guys.
I think we'll have
podcast.
one half,
100 of the fans.
which is all of the fans.
That's what I'm saying. The 100 fans.
I don't
We
know.
can get them to tune in.
You know,
we
they-
might even be able to get sponsorship on the show.
They've been making some smart
They might
moves
actually.
lately.
They might just put us on commentary.
If we do a good enough job, why not?
I mean,
If Josh Matthews can do it, we can do
Oh
it.
my God, yeah, I think I could do better than Josh Matthews. So we're gonna go over some news. We're gonna go over some Raw. We're gonna go over some SmackDown. We have some trivia this week.
Yes.
Brainbuster trivia, and the winner does get a prize.
There's a prize?
There's a prize.
Oh.
You know what we really need? and we'll just make note of this for the future.
Okay, let's write it down.
We need a clip of El Generico yelling "Brain Bustera."
I love that. I love that.
Right.
That's really good.
So we know what time it is.
Yeah.
We do have a theme song for it.
I have a new drop, actually. I added a new drop, Joey.
For trivia?
No, not for trivia, but in my never-ending quest to have nothing but Braun Strowman sound drops.
Ooh.
Joe, hit me.
Roman Reigns is garbage. And now you are too.
He's a sound drop factory.
Yeah.
All he does is manufacture things for me to cut out of YouTube videos and put onto our podcast.
He's not through giving us sound bites yet.
No, he is.
I'm not finished with you.
That will never get old. Welcome to Audio Suplex Live, episode 734, and then sound drop.
Travis, I'm going to send you a picture that you need to turn into an Audio Suplex Live.
Yeah, you got it.
Logo.
Now that I'm spearheading the visual direction of Audio Suplex Live.
Yeah.
Sorry, Corey.
Corey's been.
I need you to do this.
No, Travis is doing it.
Yeah, it's probably Corey. Look, we just established before we get into the news. Corey's got a life. I don't.
He's got a fiance, a girlfriend, a wife, a dog,
a mistress, and a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So before we get too far down this rabbit hole of absolute absurdity, Joe, do you want to cue us up for some news? Is that his Tinder?
It's the news.
I don't know.
That's his. Matt just sent me a picture of Braun Strowman from his. I'm assuming it's from his Tinder.
They call him Ham, right? Is that what they call him?
Yeah, I think so.
Ham?
Yeah, he's an avid Tinder user.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's so great.
There's been at least one confirmed instance
pregnancy
of him matching with somebody on Tinder when he was in a town for Raw or whatever.
Right.
He's the real Tinder terrorist.
He's the actual, with no disrespect to our good friend
Darren De Niro.
What about swiping right on Ginger?
We will always swipe right on Ginger.
I'm kind of disappointed I don't get to talk about Ginger specifically this week.
You screwed up giving me SmackDown this week.
Maybe I'll just take SmackDown forever.
My dead.
After this week's Raw.
Update.
Yeah, after this week's Raw. I don't want to.
I kind of owe you with that one. I actually didn't even end up watching Raw on Monday. I waited till Wednesday because I knew I just didn't want to.
I thought you were going to say you didn't watch it at all. I'm like, this makes my job way easier. I can just make up some crazy shit that happened on Raw.
Yeah,
and you guys are like, no way.
Anyways, Tatanka came back.
So they started the third hour with a 747 in the middle of the ring. And then the Shockmaster came back.
Oh my God. Hulk Hogan beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
And
he turned heel.
Again.
Brock did.
No, Hulk.
Hulk.
Even more heel.
Is his new gimmick racist?
He's a porn star. Racist porn star.
Racist porn star.
Called Brock a cracker.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then he dropped a leg drop and
big boot leg drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he pinned him.
All right, so we got a couple things to go over with news this week. First, little bit of news. WCPW, better known as What Culture Pro Wrestling, announced a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Rev Pro from the UK for their Japanese qualifiers for their Pro Wrestling World Cup. The Japanese leg of the qualifiers will take place on July 7th and will feature 8 wrestlers from New Japan, with Jushin Thunder Liger being the first name announced for the single-night tournament. 2 competitors from the Japanese qualifier tournament will move on to the Pro Wrestling World Cup finals in August. Already notable names announced for the tournament are Rey Mysterio, Alberto El Patron, Penta El Cerro Miedo, Pentagon Jr. for you smart amongst us. For the Mexican qualifier, and Zack Sabre Jr., Marty Scurll, and Jimmy Havoc notably have already advanced in the UK qualifying tournament. So it's shaping up to be a pretty big tournament. It was already kind of huge and ambitious when they announced it, but now that they're teaming with what is extensively the number 2 promotion in the world with New Japan Pro Wrestling, this is nothing to be scoffed at now. This is some big deal stuff. So
when does Pete Dunne compete in it?
He would have been in the UK one, and I don't think he was.
So he's in. Good.
Well, interestingly enough,
they put him straight to the finals.
Drew Galloway advanced in the UK or I think the Scottish qualifiers actually. So
he probably won't. He probably won't wrestle those.
So
matches.
two questions off of this. I don't think either of you guys, Matt probably maybe more so than Corey, it's a bit presumptive, but a little more versed in New Japan talent. Who else besides Jushin Liger would you like to see in this tournament represented for New Japan?
I mean, Kenny Omega's an obvious choice,
right?
but I feel like he would represent Canada. And there is a Canadian leg of the tournament as well.
Oh.
Naito?
Naito would be my personal pick.
What's the guy that just ended his career because he got headbutted?
Oh, God, I can't remember.
I don't know his name.
It's escaping me right now.
I don't want to.
It's not Shibata, is it?
I think it is Shibata, actually.
Ciabatta roll?
Yeah, that's not racist.
I think it is Ciabatta.
Well,
Ciabatta.
Shibata.
But I like Ciabatta.
Yeah,
It is Shibata.
it is Shibata.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of cool. So let me ask you guys this real quick then. There is a American leg of the qualifiers coming up here pretty soon.
You're asking if we're going to enter.
Haven't announced any names yet. Four of which, including Joe,
Are in this room.
Are in this room. So that's 8 more. If you guys are 4 more, if you guys give me 4 more names, what American wrestlers would you? I think they did announce Ricochet was going to be
Indie wrestlers.
representing America.
I was going to say Ricochet.
Ricochet would be up there.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody would be really good.
Cody Rhodes, yeah. He's wrestled with WCPW.
Yeah. And you're noticing like a pattern of a lot of guys who have done stuff with him before. So
Yeah. So
who else? Who else is super big on the
Moose?
Dave Christ. That's just who I want.
That's just wishful thinking.
Isn't he injured? Did he not get injured, or is he injured?
He's got some lower back, possibly strains, possibly.
I give him a massage.
Nerve issues.
Well, hopefully
You can just rub his back and
he's in my prayers.
make him not nervous.
I'll be praying for Dave.
Yeah.
Hope you're speedy recovery for you, Dave.
That would be ideal, but so you're not going to
Sammy
see...
Callahan would be a really good name for that.
That's very possible.
Jeff Cobb would be a really good name.
Matanza.
I feel like he would be.
Tatanka
Tatanka would not.
Great choice.
Hulk Hogan. He's the All-American.
All right, so let's switch over to the next topic of news that we have before Corey starts naming all of the 80s.
Jack Swagger, the All-American.
He only charges
That would be
$4,000 for his
sweet.
appearances.
Really?
Only $4,000.
Dude,
That's
we
a
can have him
steal.
on the show.
What if he's in and he wins?
Jack
that'd be a
Swagger
big
wins
push.
the
Big
whole
push on
thing.
the Indies.
Who? I don't
whole
know,
thing.
man.
Pushing
Then he
him to
can
the
command
moon.
$5,000 for his.
Yeah.
Is that not a lot? Is $4,000 not a lot?
$4,000 for an indie wrestler is a lot of money. Now I understand he just came out of the WWE,
Yeah.
but
He's trying
when's
to-
the last time that he actually appeared in a ring
Months
with
before
any
he left.
importance?
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
asking $4,000 is a lot of money.
Do you see Swaggle is in TNA?
Yeah, he is actually. It's gonna.
The fact that he's asking that much money is more about he cares about the money,
He's trying to get that surgery.
not doing it. The surgery.
His mouth surgery.
His mouth.
Because he talks funny.
Anyway, moving on.
That lisp.
So a little bit of somber news. So a trailer for the upcoming documentary on the life and death of former pro wrestling star Chyna, Wrestling with Chyna, was released last Thursday on the 1-year anniversary of her passing. The trailer ends with footage of Chyna's then manager Anthony Anzaldo walking into Chyna's apartment to find her dead, and it's got Chyna's mom a little bit, and understandably so, miffed.
There's footage of it.
Yeah, so I mean, you obviously don't see Chyna in there, but like the last, I should have had you guys watch this before the show.
I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the last scene of the trailer is him opening the door.
Chyna.
And
Are you in here?
And then that's like credits, Sundance Film Festival logo. So, in the statement with Pro Wrestling Sheet, Chyna's mother had the following to say. She said, Thursday, on the first anniversary of Joni's death, I was completely blindsided with the documentary trailer producers released. Not only did the director release it, and without telling me, but he put in footage at the end showing Anthony, her former manager, going into Joni's apartment. The film's director, Eric Angra, issued a statement on Facebook regarding the final scene of the trailer, stating, "Let me be clear, I was not filming, nor was I there when Anthony entered Chyna's apartment and tragically found her." What do you guys think? Do you think there's any way that they can produce and release this documentary about Chyna?
Depends on what rights Chyna signed away to have him make the...
Well, that's not even the issue that I'm really concerned with here. The issue that I'm concerned with here is there
Should
a
they?
way... Kind of, yeah. Is there a way to do it tastefully, or is it completely just...
Why would you...
Is it in the realm of bad taste at this point? That was me.
Would you want a tasteful documentary?
I mean, I would like something that doesn't detract from all of her accomplishments in her life. Like, she had a worthy career of noting, like, saying, like, yeah, she was, like, the only female intercontinental champion.
I have a feeling that that's going to be in the documentary.
Yeah, but is it, though?
I think it's sensational. Like they're
Sensationalism?
Yeah, they're that might not even be in the movie. You know, how many times have we seen trailers where something that's in a trailer is not actually in the final movie?
I feel like that's got to be in it.
It's probably in there.
Yeah.
Do you think
end of the movie?
Do you think that footage is from that day actually, or do you think
right.
they
It could
staged
be.
it?
It could be. Well, it could even be a different time, like a footage from before she died. Like, Joni, are you here? And then she's
Especially
like, "Oh, I'm
since-
here."
Right.
Since that guy
right,
said,
right.
I didn't film it.
But then again, that raises the question: is it in poor taste from a director's standpoint to release a trailer to imply that that's what's going on, and then have that scene actually be something else entirely? Or, I mean, I think that would be in incredibly bad taste if that's what that actually was. To your point,
I think.
I mean, it gets people to watch it, yeah, I'm sure, because they're like, oh my god, they're going to see a scene of her manager walking in and finding her, dead, for God's sake.
The number of people that won't watch the movie because of that are far outweighed by the number of people who will because of it. Now, you're talking about taste. What's good taste, bad taste, whatever it happens to be.
Which is obviously a subjective term. But...
It's very subjective.
Yeah.
And nothing against her, but her life was kind of out there in the open towards the end. You know, she was doing adult film.
Yeah, she was kind of really in the...
So, and nothing against sex work in any way, shape, or form, but she was putting herself out there.
Correct.
Already. Well, should we say somebody's death is okay? No, but we just had that guy that shot the guy in Cleveland.
Oh, from Cleveland, yeah.
And Facebook never will, but if they revealed like the view numbers
I'm sure
on that video, I'm sure they're outrageous.
Stupid gaudy numbers, I'm sure.
I didn't watch it.
Well, that kind of goes with the philosophy of it bleeds, it leads. It's like, that's the kind of stuff that gets people's interest. We live in a kind of like a screwed up society like that, where something like that would pique somebody's interest. So I don't know. I'm just kind of interested to see where this goes. I probably will watch it when it comes out, just because I want to see how it's done.
I think it'll be good.
But, yeah.
I mean, as far as, I don't know, an interesting look in her life.
True. So, second to last little bit of news here. Mauro Ranallo confirmed to be done with WWE. I know we talked about this little bit the last couple of weeks. In an exclusive statement with Newsweek on 4/22, Mauro confirmed that he and WWE had mutually agreed to part ways. The SmackDown Live commentator went on to deny the recent speculation that his parting with WWE was a byproduct of a sour relationship with SmackDown Live co-commentator John Bradshaw Layfield, stating, WWE and I have mutually agreed to part ways. It has nothing to do with JBL. WWE confirmed the departure and noted that Ranallo will remain under contract until August 12th. So, I mean, the writing was already on the wall with this one. I feel like it's not like anything shocking or new. But I think my biggest takeaway from this is the fact that WWE, when responding to this, put an actual definitive end date on that. And what I think that implies is that we won't see him working for any other wrestling companies until after this date, and possibly even a little bit further, depending on what the terms of his contract are, if there's like a non-compete clause or anything like that, which I don't know if commentators really get those as much as in-ring performers would. But my talking point, my question on this is, once he's cleared to work for potentially another wrestling organization, where could you guys see Mauro Ranallo ending up, if anywhere?
New Japan.
That was my immediate thought.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
He's done stuff with New Japan Pro Wrestling before, and with their attempt at bringing their product to a much wider Western audience, I think having somebody who has worked for WWE and has a huge fan following would be just fantastic for them. So.
Is Jim Ross not doing any in New Japan anymore?
He still is. Yeah, so
he signed a contract with WWE.
Yeah, he is signed.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering if,
from what I've heard, he still is going to be doing stuff with New Japan.
Well, maybe once he's finished, maybe Mauro could be the replacement for JR.
I've been watching a lot of New Japan recently.
Who's the best?
In my opinion, I love Naito. I love all of LIJ.
I would say Canyon. Because who
better?
better?
I don't think he wrestles
He's
anymore.
not in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Alive.
He's not.
But who better than Canyon?
I actually share a birthday with Canyon.
I knew that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We've talked about it
Oh, well,
Who
who better?
talks about Canyon's birthday?
This is actually a funny story.
The
This
WCW nuts over
is
here.
this is the second time this week that I have mentioned Canyon in conversation.
Who is the whose birthday is it today? Do you know?
Today?
Yeah, I sent you a picture.
Oh, that was yesterday, wasn't it? It's Kane's
Shit.
birthday. It was Kane's
Was it
birthday.
yesterday? That picture that I sent of him is so cute.
So,
He was born in a funeral home. Correct?
In Spain.
correct.
I don't know.
Funeral home in Spain?
Yeah.
He's from
The
Spain.
Undertaker's brother.
Yes.
Born in Spain. Oh, you're talking about Kane.
Kayfabe.
I was talking about Glenn Jacobs.
Oh,
Future mayor of Knox County.
Knox County.
the insurance agent.
Yes.
Yeah, he does insurance too.
Jesus
He's a
Christ.
politician. Did you see that picture of his Easter family and
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
photoshopped
yeah.
Undertaker in the back?
Oh my God, so good. So
Paul
funny.
Bearer's not there though. That's his dad.
Well, one last little bit of
he's
news. Paul Bearer? Yeah, he's dead too.
I guess he wouldn't be in the picture.
Jesus. One last little bit of news. I'm glad that we're talking about dark, spooky stuff because
Spooky.
everybody's favorite dark, spooky retailer, Hot Topic, was announced on a recent
Spoopy?
episode of Wrestling Observer newsletter that Hot Topic is going to be carrying merchandise for Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Bullet Club, and the Elite very soon. They're going to be test marketing it
Super
probably
sexy.
in a couple of smaller stores and like smaller locations. Then depending on how it does there, expanding it out to
Smaller
Is
Northwest
Josh a
Ohio
manager?
stores.
Here's hoping, man. I immediately.
Is Josh a general manager or store manager?
I don't know actually for
Have
sure.
him email
so,
about that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Kind of interesting. I would love for a local store to like. It would be nice to go into a store that carries wrestling merch and not just be inundated with 13,000 Enzo and Cass and New Day shirts. So
Yeah,
The New
nobody
Day
wants that.
rocks.
yeah, well, I'm also a fan of variety.
And Cass is 7 feet tall.
You
can't teach that.
Can teach that actually. I'll tell you.
Teach me how.
I'll teach you after the show.
You don't even know how.
Take it off air. So, yeah. So that's all really for the news. Before we
There is another piece of news, isn't there?
Oh yeah. There's one more little piece of news about Impact Wrestling. So
What could it possibly be?
you've been watching Impact Wrestling, Corey. Why don't you take this one?
Desmond Xavier.
First of
Yeah.
all, the thing that you're hinting at hasn't happened on Impact Wrestling, so
It's
I
a
haven't seen
spoiler.
it.
It's a bit of a spoiler.
Yeah. So I don't know what you want me to tell me. I haven't seen what. I don't know what happens.
Desmond
Oh
Xavier.
my god.
I just know that someone appears.
Joe, do you have that? Do you have that sound clip queued
Big
up?
Papa Pump.
I was trying to cue it up in a way that Joe would know it. Like, hey, drop that sound clip, the siren that I did earlier. There it is. Holler! Oh, god damn it.
I thought it was longer than
No,
that.
it's supposed to go on for a couple of measures.
Yeah, it's pretty loud though.
Oh, come on. Hey, man, if it's too loud, you're too old.
Okay.
Holler! If you hear me!
That was loud.
I only
Ah,
care about
well,
my freaks and my peaks.
Back in Impact Wrestling, back in the Impact Zone. Big Papa Pump, baby. That's right.
Crazy Steve is coming to WWE.
Yes, he is.
I hate
Okay.
that guy.
That's enough of this show. There it is.
He sucks.
I don't know that much about
He
him.
stole Crimson's
He
gimmick.
did,
I just
actually.
started watching Impact last week.
Yeah. What do you think so far, man?
I think it looks interesting.
You guys were talking a little bit before we went on the air. I haven't watched any Impact in a long time. You guys said it has a little bit of promise going on.
I think so.
Well, the X division is back,
Yeah.
essentially.
Well,
Which is good.
what's the guy's name? Shoot, he was Lo-Fi,
Low key?
Low-key.
Low Key.
Yeah.
He spoiler alert. He won the X Division title.
Wow. He's great.
But he was.
I love
think he was
Low-Key.
like the first champion, first X Division, or one of the first.
Yeah. He was
But,
around towards
yeah,
the beginning.
his new gimmick is Hitman.
Okay.
Oh, is he,
So
he's still
he
bald?
comes out
wrestles
with a suit
bald.
and
He
he-
wrestles in a suit and a red tie. He
Nice.
wrestles in the tie and suit.
Wow.
And then his Titantron is a barcode. Totally Hitman.
It's literally
It's
Hitman.
Hit-
Would it
Man.
be a Titantron in Impact or would it be an Anthemtron?
Anthem.
A Owlatron?
I don't know. Well, I like the way they do theirs because there's just a wall that you walk out of, so the whole
I do
is,
like their set. Their
is
sets
a
are
Tron
really nice.
or-
I do wish they would switch back to the
Two entrants?
four-sided ring.
oh, that's
I miss the old-
That's their difference,
The old Impact Zone with like the tunnel, the tube. That
right?
was good.
They had two. They had a heel side and a face
Oh, they
side.
did, didn't they? Yeah.
So you came out of your locker room.
Oh, if you start asking me questions about Monday Nitro, I'm your guy. If you,
I didn't watch TNA, so this is just
Name the
things I picked
original
up.
5 Nitro girls.
oh shoot,
Stacy Keibler.
Kimberly.
I'll
I'm
actually have to look.
Mae Young.
no, we're done.
Mae Young
Young.
was there
Mae
at the
Young,
beginning.
Wendy Richter. Luna Vachon,
All right, let's move on.
Sonny,
Let's move on. What do you think?
Beulah McGillicuddy.
Desmond Xavier was on Impact.
Desmond Xavier is not a Nitro
He was
girl.
not a Nitro Girl, but he was on Impact.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
Well, before
Y4K, right?
He's a great guy.
Before we get too off the rails, we're gonna play a brief clip for another show here on the Nerd Complex Podcast Network. When we come back, we'll be more composed and we'll give you guys a breakdown of Raw and SmackDown Live.
Hello, my name is Peapod,
And I'm James.
and we host a podcast called Chick Flick Picks, where two adult males watch chick flicks and dissect them.
That's
They'll talk about it, we make fun of it, and have some fun with it. So hopefully you will enjoy it right here on the Nerd Complex Network.
All right,
Oh,
so
God.
that's a little new.
Yeah.
That's fun though. I like that. That's really
Sounded
good.
like
we
a
actually, I'll show you after the air. I recorded one for us, but we can redo it.
Oh.
And get you on it.
How
I just did it.
sweet.
I just did it as an example of what I want it to sound like.
Oh,
So-
trying to inch me out.
Yeah, just Audio Suplex Live starring Travis Moore and nobody
And friends.
else.
And others. No one gets their name on the.
It's the Travis show. It's all about me.
Welcome to Travis
and
Moore.
others.
So Corey, you drew the short straw this week.
What does that mean?
That means you had
the
to,
non-gender straw.
that means you had to take notes on Monday Night Raw.
Well, before we move into that, we should move into our transition to our review.
Oh, that's right. Is this becoming a tradition now?
I wait until we get a cease and assist. Let's see.
Come at us.
Then, you ever heard that intro? That
He's
drop?
gonna get sued real hard.
I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
so. I don't have
Bring
any
it
money.
on.
Sue me.
Bring it on.
What are you gonna do? You can't sue someone that's broke.
You can't kill what's already dead.
Yeah. You can sue anyone,
Well,
Corey.
what are they gonna do? Take the money I don't have from me?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. So Raw. We're moving to Raw. I believe it took place in Iowa, if I'm not mistaken, or was that SmackDown?
SmackDown was in Des Moines. So no, Raw was in Kansas City, Missouri.
That's right.
Yep.
Baron Corbin's hometown.
That you know what's funny is that is exactly what I thought of when they said
Why is his finisher not called the Kansas City Shuffle? That's such a good
It
name.
is. It is.
Oh no!
It was.
I'll show you this as well. I saw a really good GIF of probably what is the most devastating looking end of days that he's ever hit. It's on I think it's on Chad Gable. He literally just rotates him around for probably about 5 minutes and then just annihilates
Did it
him.
recently happen, or was it like NXT?
It was in NXT, I believe it was. It was really good though.
He had a really good one not that long ago. Like
It's-
AJ sells it pretty good.
It's such a good looking move.
I think so.
I like it.
Well, nobody else is strong enough to do it except for him. So
It's true.
Roman Reigns is
Roman
strong
could
enough.
do it.
Braun Strowman could probably do it.
Roman could do it better.
Anyway,
All right, so Monday Night Raw opened up with the highlight reel. Chris Jericho, who doesn't have anything to do because the person he's feuding with is on SmackDown Live. So he's out there to host the highlight reel. And The Miz and Maurice come down. And essentially, Miz says he's canceling the highlight reel. And so they start tearing down that set and putting up Miz TV set because he's taking over the show now. And then you hear Dean Ambrose music hit. He comes out. Yep. He comes out and he says, nope, no Miz TV. This is the Ambrose Asylum. So they start tearing down the Miz's set and setting up Ambrose's set. It's like super great that they have all three of these guys that all have their own talk show on the same show.
I actually really did like this segment a lot. There wasn't a lot of highlights from Raw this week, but
I thought
this
it was pretty funny.
this was probably one of the bigger highlights.
It was pretty funny. I mean,
The Jericho Ambrose back and forth throughout the entire night entertained me.
yeah.
So, that was really good.
Dean actually presents Chris Jericho with a gift, and it is a brand new jacket with Christmas lights attached to it. Because if you remember, I don't know, several months ago,
Oh, I remember
before the splits,
when
maybe a year ago,
when that maniac
that
Dean
$15,000
Ambrose
jacket
destroyed a $15,000 jacket and then
Yep.
proceeded to put 69 tacks in Chris Jericho.
Yeah, that's
you may
true.
have heard about this.
Yeah, it did happen about a year ago.
Yeah.
Mostly his arm, correct?
Yeah, there was a lot in his
there
arm
was-
and elbow. Yeah.
It doesn't matter
back.
where. They were in his heart. And that's the worst place to get attack.
And he has wrestling the next night,
Yeah.
and the night after that.
Because that idiot Foley
I hate
made
Foley.
him wrestle the next night.
All right, so he gives him this new jacket. I will say it doesn't look that good, but Jericho puts it on.
That's subjective.
That he put it on, or
No, that the jacket didn't look good. It looked great. Honestly,
It did fit him all right. It must have been a jacket that he like, all right, let me make sure it fits good, and then you can put the lights on it.
Could you imagine being the WWE intern that has to go to the local thrift shop and find a jacket with like Jericho's measurements, and then also go get like Christmas lights to like sew
have a
onto this
battery
thing?
on 'em?
Yeah,
Yeah.
poor kid.
Poor kid. Whoever Dean hired, he probably has a seamstress that he knows.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably have one on
He's
payroll.
got a wife now. She probably did it.
Yeah.
All right. Miz says something like, "Oh, did you get me a gift?" And Dean gives him a dirty deeds. Boom. Game over.
Is that what it sounds like when he hits the dirty deeds?
No. All right.
Like Nickelodeon's Doug.
So that essentially sets up our main event later this evening. This doesn't happen right now, but Kurt Angle makes a match. Dean and Jericho versus The Miz, and he has to find a partner or a co-star.
A co-star, yeah.
As he put it. So pretty much throughout the whole night, Miz is looking around, kind of scoping out possible tag team partners. Moving on to the next big segment, we had Sheamus versus Matt Hardy. They did this last week where they had Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro, so this is the tag team
The
feud.
dream match from last week. Come on.
Matt Hardy picked up the win with the twist of fate. So we had Jeff win last week, Matt win this week. Does this mean Cesaro and Sheamus are winning at Payback on Sunday?
I think so. But in order for you to know for sure, you should tune into our live Payback preview special at 1 p.m. Sunday.
That's all right.
Is it a specialty match at Payback, or is it just
No,
a
it's just
tag
a
match?
straight up tag match, which they talked about even on commentary.
Oh, and
like,
they have been shaking hands at the end of these matches.
Yes.
So they're like being good sports about it.
Yep.
So Sheamus shook Jeff's hand this week.
Although there has been tension because there's been a little bit of chicanery in their matches, a little bit of.
I just hope nobody gets broke.
Thinking
Well, there's a
Cesaro, Sheamus turn heel
or
because they're tired of losing. Like the Hardys are going to win. They're about to win. And Sheamus, Cesaro turn heel and they cheat.
oh no.
And then Jeff takes the pin. Matt is angry at Jeff. You cost us the titles. You're deleted.
You think that's it?
Right.
I see. I kind of there is a
That's it.
persistent rumor that, and this is just a rumor at this point. It hasn't really been confirmed, but that WWE has procured the rights to the broken gimmick and has reached like a settlement with Impact. I could see them pulling the trigger on it as soon as Sunday. Just have something happen in match that would necessitate Matt returning to the broken gimmick, and that would split up the Hardys from there.
The sorry, not to go too much off topic, but
go all the way.
House of Horrors match that happens on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
It's there's something happening on Sunday. We just don't know what the hell it is.
They have said that it will end in the ring.
Yeah, no, Corey Gray said that on commentary this week.
It will
He
end
said
in the
it'll-
ring.
It'll start in the House of Horrors and end in the ring. So it's going to be a pre-taped segment of some capacity, I'm sure.
I hope it's like a ball pit.
It'll be the main
Just right
event.
outside the ring.
And inside of
They're
the
actually
balls
going to
are,
start
like,
on
scorpions
WCW
and stuff.
Saturday night.
Yeah, but like fake, like not,
Not
real
real
scorpions.
ones. Yeah,
like
fake
toy
snakes.
ones, like fake snakes.
No,
Big
no.
old fluffy ones.
Guys, I just gave you...
Is this? Are these eyeballs? No, they're peeled grapes.
Spaghetti.
Is this guts?
worms?
No.
Got him.
Spaghetti.
I'm picturing it starting like on the set of WCW Saturday night with like the rotating ring on the platform and like the opening set. Yeah, so good.
All right, let's move on. Our next highlight of the... we're just doing the highlights. I'm not going to go over every match,
Yeah,
obviously.
if you're listening to this, you watched Raw.
Well, unless
Hopefully.
you're Matt. He's on the show and he didn't watch.
No.
Up next, we had a dumpster match.
Oh, thank God.
That soundbite we played earlier. Can you play that soundbite about the trash?
Roman Reigns is garbage. And now you are too.
And if you don't know what that is, Matt, that's Braun Strowman throwing Kalisto in a dumpster last week.
Which necessitated
sounded like
a
it.
dumpster match this week.
So this week there's a dumpster match.
Okay, 2 notes from this that I have.
Real quick,
No, go
before
ahead.
before Matt, you didn't see this match. How do you think it ended?
I'm gonna guess Kalisto got thrown in a dumpster because Kalisto is garbage, just like Roman Reigns.
At one point, he did get thrown in the dumpster.
But
Roman Reigns came out. He's so strong. Superman punched.
No Roman Reigns.
Oh.
Kalisto
although I did,
won the match by putting Braun Strowman in a dumpster.
You're kidding me.
That's what happened.
This sounds terrible. This is why I didn't watch it.
They
What were
did
you
it.
I
gonna
knew.
say? It was good.
I knew
They
it was
did
gonna be
it. They
bad.
did it in a clever
They
way.
teased it. He was on the side of the ropes, the dumpster outside, and Kalisto
Yeah.
like kicked him in or something,
Yeah, basically just kind of like
knocked him in,
Distracted
tricked
him,
him,
and
and then he fell standing, and he's standing. He's like, "What? What?"
which is the funniest thing ever because it looks like a kid like up to his ankles in like a kiddie
Yeah, in
pool.
a kiddie pool.
It's like looking around and then just pissed. And then what happened afterwards?
He ended up grabbing up Kalisto, beating the crap out of him, throwing him in the dumpster.
He murdered
So he won.
Kalisto.
No, it was
Oh.
already over. He tied it shut and then threw him off the stage.
Matt, you remember in all those like table matches where somebody would accidentally go through the table because of their own doing, and that would be like, "Oh, they lost." Ha, ha, ha. That was kind of this match.
Gotcha.
So like Braun Strowman went into the dumpster first, technically, but
So he pushed Kalisto off the stage in the dumpster.
Yeah. Kalisto
Which-
died.
Kalisto's dead
Kalisto is now dead.
He's going to be rebranded and put on 205 Live.
yes.
as Phoenix El Rey.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. So catch him
You're,
on
I
205.
thought you didn't watch it.
He already knows. That's the beauty of WWE Raw.
It
is
just
you don't
writes
have
itself.
to. Yeah, it just writes itself. It's on autopilot.
Exactly.
So-
What's the obvious option? Let's do that.
I thought that was just fun. I mean, anything with Braun Strowman pretty much entertains me at this point. This and the highlight reel / Miz / that was the only real entertaining stuff of the night, in my opinion. Like I'm actually over the Hardys at this point already
Yeah.
as it is, just because I know that they are individually capable of so much more than the nostalgia trip that we're going down right now. The nostalgia is already wearing off with me.
Yeah.
Everything else was kind of just eh.
Yeah. We'll move on to the next section then.
Yeah.
They're kind of pushing two feuds together here. We have Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins feud, and then we have Big Cass and Enzo's feud with the club. So that's up a 3-on-3 tag match. Enzo ends up getting attacked, and he's not able to perform in the match. So they have a replacement for him, and it is Finn Balor. So we have Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, who shouldn't like each other because one injured the other, and Big Cass on one side. And then we have the club with Samoa Joe, which the club should be with Balor because they're both Bullet Club members, but they're facing each other. So it's a lot of not making sense tagging partnering here other than heel versus face, I suppose. Decent match, I guess, overall. Rollins ends up winning the match by hitting his brand new finisher on Carl Anderson, which is
The
like
Rainmaker.
It's a Rainmaker with a jumping knee strike, essentially.
correct. This is a move that Kenny Omega does.
Yeah, he
where
did it in,
you pull them and like unravel them,
Yeah.
and you pull them into your knee.
For Corey, who doesn't watch New Japan
I
Pro
don't know what that
Wrestling,
is.
it's the same setup as
The Rainmaker?
Okada's finisher, the Rainmaker. So basically, he just like grabs him from behind, twirls the arm out, and then it's a clothesline.
It's like a seven-star lariat.
Yeah, it's a vicious clothesline too. It is yikes.
So they leaked a video of this, or someone took a video of him practicing this at a house show, and I thought it looked like garbage. Like it didn't look like it connected very well. It didn't seem like a
that's-
match ender type move, in my opinion.
I still don't necessarily know if I buy it as a finisher. Going from
like it.
because he's had two incredibly strong finishers before this.
Yeah,
Like
the pedigree is huge. The curb stop was huge.
yeah. And then the pedigree, obviously, you just said was super big. He needs something else. I wouldn't mind to see him pick up a submission finisher of some capacity. I mean,
He's never been really known for doing submissions.
I
really,
think
though.
he could probably get one. He's got a good frame for it.
How about a high flying finisher? He used to have a high flying finisher.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Shooting
too.
star press.
No.
He does like a Phoenix splash or something.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
6:30
630 senton.
6:45.
Burning hammer.
That'd be sweet.
Just do a burning hammer.
Brian Kedrick did one on
CWC.
CWC, yeah.
Yes, sir,
Michinoku
on,
driver.
Koto Ibushi.
Yeah, Kota Ibushi.
God, I was just thinking so much. I was just thinking the other day about how much I missed. I missed the CWC. It was so good.
We're gonna get a women's
Women's
tournament.
CWC.
A women's tournament would be similar, I think.
Probably see Mrs. Wrestling in it. Hopefully.
Yeah. Before we get to the final match of the night, I did want to say Kurt Hawkins issued a Star Factory Open challenge.
This is fun.
All the guys he's been jobbing out to lately have been on the following week's main event. So
Yeah.
it's been like a thing that he's like, hey, do you want to be in the next big star? Beat the crap out of me, and you got it.
It's a little better than Face the Facts. So that's cool.
I think it's interesting. I don't think that next week Apollo Crews is going to be in the main event of Raw, but I could be wrong.
Hey, man, when you're signed up with the Titus brand, doors open for you.
That's true. So Apollo Crews
Make
wins.
it a win.
Titus O'Neil comes out. He's like, he shakes his hand. Apparently, he is part of the Titus brand, and he poses for a selfie. I don't know if you saw that. That was
Yeah.
pretty.
I'm glad Joe didn't switch the camera over to me doing this with the.
I think we're all on there, aren't we?
Oh, he
Sometimes.
did. Damn, I am on camera.
Oh, okay. So,
Pointed to the WrestleMania sign that wasn't there.
did he do that? I don't know. So that was just funny. I just wanted to add that in there. Our grand finale of the Monday Night Raw. Thank God it's over.
Monday Night Raw.
We had Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho who have buried the hatchet. Dean asked Jericho to take his name off Jericho's list. He did cross it off. So that's pretty nice. I think he wrote it back down after
Still on there,
after
even
Dean
if it's
walked
crossed
away.
off.
Yeah, I don't know. So they make up. Miz comes out. He's waiting for his opponent or his tag team partner to come, and he doesn't show up. So he's like, "My partner's not here. We're gonna have to cancel the match."
Peace. I'm out.
Yeah. So he goes to leave. Kurt Angle comes out and says, "No. This is now will be a handicap match. Since your partner's out here, you have to do a handicap match."
We're gonna make this a tag team match. Play up
The Undertaker.
with the Undertaker.
So what happens is the match goes on. It's an all right match. Miz is
Getting just destroyed.
yeah, it's interesting. So the match ends up spilling outside, and they make all the way up to the announce table. And
then-
Dean Ambrose is going to get the dirty deeds on the Miz, and the lights go out.
Spooky, 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 spooky.
And
Did
the lights,
worms show up in the ring?
no, the lights come on, and Miz is no longer on the table. It is Wyatt on the table,
The eater of pinfalls.
the eater of pinfalls. He has a 30% win ratio in WWE.
I actually, before we get to the trivia portion of the show, I have a trivia question for you guys. I actually looked this up the other day.
Okay.
What wrestler with over 30 matches under his belt for this promotion
Okay.
has the highest win percentage in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes? He hasn't had over 30 matches
I don't
in New
know.
Japan.
Oh,
I don't know anyone in New Japan except for Cody Rhodes. And
It's
Kenny
it's.
Omega.
I'll give you a hint. He's a former NWO member.
I thought you were Juice Robinson, but
No,
no.
not
Conan.
You have one more guess, Corey.
It's not Conan.
A former NWO member?
Yeah.
Scott Hall.
Nope.
No.
Buff Bagwell?
Buff Bagwell has the highest, like
Wow.
88.9% win
Jeez.
ratio. Yeah, it's crazy. And I think like Scott
Insane.
Norton's like right behind him. Yeah, it's crazy. And anyway, I saw that the other day.
So the battle goes on. Wyatt destroys everybody.
Yeah.
The match ends where Wyatt and Miz are kind of celebrating in the ring, and Wyatt hits Miz with the Sister Abigail.
He's crazy. He has no friends.
loose
He has
cannon.
friends,
He's a
so-
loose cannon. His only friend, Eric Rowan,
And
is,
Wyatt
yeah,
poses in the ring to finish out Raw.
It's the greatest poster of all time.
Buff the stuff.
Thank God it's over. He is a porn star, isn't he?
He is a
Or something? Oh, he's a gigolo. He
Yep.
will have sex with you for money.
He's just a gigolo. Allegedly.
Sold.
Just a gigolo.
Where's he jig out of?
All right, Joe, cue me up for the then, now, forever, because we are driving this one into the ground.
Never SmackDown.
Have you ever noticed during this part? They flash the Ultimate Warrior, but for like just a split second.
Snap.
They really haven't. Vince never got over the.
I'm surprised he's even in there.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so SmackDown Live coming to us this week from Des Moines, Iowa,
There it is.
cultural mecca of the Midwest.
That's where
Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins is from. isn't it?
Davenport, Iowa.
Davenport,
but,
He's from Iowa.
and that you've now exhausted all the cities in Iowa that I can name. So congratulations.
Proud of you.
You did
Yeah.
it.
Is there any more? Can anybody name a third city in Iowa?
Iowa City?
Other than, I think that might be one. Other than Des
Sure
Moines
it
and what
is.
was
Des
the other
Moines,
one?
Davenport.
Well, while
Iowa
you guys
City.
think about that, I'm going to talk about the opening segment on SmackDown
Corn.
Live this week. We are introduced with Renee Young interviewing, who is now being billed as the artist,
Formerly known as Shinsuke.
which sounds like he just got himself some backstage heat with Aiden English.
He also just stole Jake Christ's.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so maybe this is like the nervous fan in me who's like, please don't mess up this really good thing that I like. Going, you're messing up the really good thing that I like.
Sounds about right.
So they've officially changed the typeface on his Titantron, which is obviously a thorn in my side that I continue to harangue against.
Is it purple?
It's really bad. It's basically the Thrasher skateboard logo magazine font, but basically I'm imagining just Vince McMahon standing over the shoulder of some poor little unpaid intern who's working on graphics going, no, give me the most Asian font you can find.
Make it grittier.
Make it yellow. Because I'm racist.
I want to be able to read it.
And if there was one theme of SmackDown Live this week is that I think Vince McMahon still
Big sweaty man.
likes big sweaty men, yes, but also really likes to rely heavily on race and rely heavily on jingoism and like patriotism as like themes for getting heel heat and getting people over. Because twice, last week and this week with Kevin Owens, him speaking French, immediate heel heat. And then also this week and we'll talk to this a little bit later with Jinder Mahal, him speaking in Punjabi.
Yes.
Getting heel. I was going to say Indian, but it's not Indian, it's Punjabi.
I think that would be all right too.
Yeah, but so the opening segment's Renee Young doing an interview with Shinsuke Nakamura, who curiously also speaks Japanese in this promo when he's interrupted by Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler comes out, starts cutting.
Dolph is the heel.
Yeah, Dolph is the heel. So starts basically cutting into Shinsuke Nakamura. Does this really funny thing where he compares him to Michael Jackson. He says, "Wait, you weren't born in Japan. You were born in Gary, Indiana, and like international child star, blah blah blah." And then it's kind of like a funny little Dolph promo that he would.
I wasn't a fan.
No, it's really forced. I really don't.
I just
like
don't
it.
like this feud.
I get why you would want to put him with Dolph on his first main event because it's somebody who can carry a good match with him, and I'm sure he's going to put him over just fine. But the lead up into this, we have not seen Shinsuke Nakamura do an actual proper match since he's come to the main roster. Why are we waiting so long? I know we have a couple weeks between now and Backlash, but why get him into a tag match or something? If you really want to just kind of get a taste of it.
Yeah.
These little one-offs, his first introductory segment to SmackDown was coming out and doing his entrance and cutting off the Miz, and that's it. Didn't say anything.
But
the Miz was leaving. I think. I don't think
you're really seeing the difference between NXT,
the writing,
and the main roster. Yep.
It's curious because the writer on SmackDown now used to be the head writer on NXT. So,
just because you're the head writer doesn't mean you do all the entrances and stuff like that.
So it's kind of curious.
I'm sure Vince doesn't have a say in anything that's going on in NXT, whereas he does here. So if he doesn't like something, he's like, "No, do something else."
Just make him interrupted.
So you're with me on this one, though. You don't like this feud at all.
No,
this is not doing anything.
I just don't get
me.
it.
Yeah,
I don't get why this was the choice. I mean, Ziggler can wrestle. It's going to be a good match. It doesn't seem like it makes sense.
If they're going to do,
as far as their caliber on the card,
if they're going to do this angle, I think they need to play more into what they were doing with Ziggler previous, when he was feuding with Apollo Crews and I believe it was Kalisto before that,
right?
Where he doesn't like this new generation,
right?
But he has made no mention of that at this point.
He should be, stalking Nakamura or doing heelish things to him,
not just coming out and saying you're Japanese.
Haha.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't like it. So
I would have liked a little bit more heat behind this feud.
Second segment that I want to talk about, and second theme of the night that I want to talk about, is they had what was called a Beat the Clock challenge with the 4 other tag teams on SmackDown that aren't the tag team champions right now, basically to set up for a new number 1 contender. So the way this worked was they had one match. The first one, I believe, was between American Alpha and the newly
Colons.
The Colognes.
I don't think they wear cologne.
Yeah, they wear cologne.
They sell cologne?
Yeah, they went from selling timeshares on Raw to now selling cologne on SmackDown.
Performing colonoscopies.
Yeah, and performing colonoscopies.
The colon cleanse.
Yes. That's a good name for a finisher. So basically the way
them on their ass.
The way this works is like this. So the first 2 teams come out, they wrestle, and then basically they set the time. So American Alpha wins the first match. They set the time at 5 minutes and 17 seconds with a win over the Colognes. Later in the night,
I will say during this match, you think if it's a beat the clock, you're going to try to win as quickly as you can. The beginning of this match, you could tell they were kind of looking at the clock like, oh crap, okay, it's been 30 seconds. I need to try to pin this guy. But after about 2 minutes, no one was paying attention to the clock anymore, and they were just wrestling a match, I feel like.
I think that's just an issue with some of the gimmicks that they don't use that frequently. Like when it's an elimination match and somebody and there's multiple people in it, and they kick them
It
to
was
prevent a pin.
Yeah, it was
no, let them pin them. That's
To
one less
eliminate-
person you have to
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
It's just they weren't keeping up with the idea of
Right,
this
because
is
they
the
don't do
gimmick
that
of the
kind
match.
of match that often.
Right,
For
this
the
is
first
the gimmick.
for the first half of the match, they kind of like
They did, and
Yeah,
then
there was a lot
eventually
of
they
quick
just kinda-
pinfalls and
They were putting him in headlocks, like slow moves. Like why
Right,
would you don't want to put a
right.
guy in a headlock for 40 seconds?
You ever been in
when
a
you're-
headlock? You get that wrist bone just grinding against your orbital there.
don't
Where's
know.
you down?
Listen, we didn't bring you
Where's
on.
you down?
We didn't bring you on the show to tell us about your childhood, man. So the
It's a different episode.
we're gonna Jesus
It's
Christ.
episode 69.
Oh God.
Forward.
We'll pick that up on the rough childhood episode that we have got coming later this summer.
Perfect.
So anyway, so American Alpha set the time at 5 minutes and 17 seconds, which in my
They
opinion,
won, right?
They kind of telegraph the outcome here. So
Because
you
the second
knew-
match always wins.
Yeah, well, because you knew that 5 minutes and 17 seconds in a 2-hour show is going to be a lot of time. So, to get to the second match, we have Breezango versus the Ascension. Time to beat's 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Breezango picks up the W.
They beat the Colognes.
They beat the
Colognes?
Ascension, who is hanging onto the main roster by the tips of their fingers.
The Ascension at the beginning of that match, they come out swinging.
Yeah,
Victor came out and like tackled him or hit him with a knee or something.
Victor's
like right
the
off the
skinny
bat.
one.
Yeah,
They came out
Victor
like
and
they
Connor.
Get rid
wanted.
of Victor, keep Connor.
they're both going bald too. Have you noticed?
Connor has a great look. He's big.
Oh, yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah.
And he's actually
Kinda
not too,
beefy.
He's not too bad on the mic either.
Let Connor and Aiden English be a tag team.
Ooh.
Why?
The
Vodcension.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Ooh, I kind of like it.
What would you do with Victor?
He's like the
He
enforcer.
was
He,
a social,
doesn't talk.
He was a social outcast when Connor got suspended. So
No, the
No, I was
social
saying
no,
actually
no, no,
just
no,
fire
The social
Victor.
outcasts were Heath Slater.
he was part of the social outcast when Connor was suspended. He wrestled in a social outcast T-shirt.
What?
Victor did. Yes, he did.
When?
He did it. Look it up.
The social outcast was literally a 4-piece group.
I'm telling you that when
Four-man
Connor,
band?
I'm telling you when Connor was suspended, Victor donned a shirt and wrestled with them in multi-man matches.
Find me proof of this.
Victor
right-
sucks. That's
not
my
right-
point.
not
He
right
sucks.
now.
Get rid of him. Keep
Either
Connor.
way, you're new number one contenders for the SmackDown Tag Team titles and challenging for those belts at Backlash. Breezango.
Who has the belts?
That would be the Usos.
Are they still sexy cops?
Yes.
The Usos?
No.
No, they were
Breezango. Yes, they were sexy cops.
Breezango. are still
Breezango,
sexy
they're
cops.
the fashion
Fashion
po-po. And then
I love them.
the Usos work at Jimmy Jazz in their free
Right.
time. Yeah.
No one listens. Well, if they're from our area, they get it.
Jimmy
But,
Jazz
like,
is they're around.
Are they?
Yeah, I went to a Jimmy Jazz at the Mall of America.
Huh.
Really?
Hold on. There's a whole bunch. There's one of him in the
What?
ring with a social outcast shirt.
Stop it!
Wow.
Really?
He looks like Adam Rose.
There's
a little bit there.
one.
They could pass as brothers.
There's one.
That's weird.
Suck it.
Well, I probably won't be doing that. But
What? No, that would never happen.
No. Well, anyway. So we have new number one contenders. Corey, how do you feel about the new number one contenders?
I'm on. They're some of my guys now. I'm drafting these wrestlers.
Yeah.
So we got Jinder,
Yeah.
Tony Nese.
So wait.
We got the Bollywood Boys.
Are we so the Bollywood Boys come to your stable?
It's just part of Jinder's
Yeah, it's
thing.
part of the package.
Yeah.
But so are you officially
Breezango? Yeah, I'll take him.
No. You can't get on the bandwagon now. You had to have gotten on the bandwagon for Breezango before.
They're getting the push right now.
Nope.
When have they gotten a title match ever?
No, you would have. No. You started claiming Jinder before this whole title match thing
True.
even
I
popped
know,
up.
that's true.
You've been on Tony Nese before. Well, he's still not even
Cruiserweight
really
Classic, I like Tony
Yeah,
Nese,
exactly. You cannot jump on the bandwagon of Breezango just because they
Says
wanted
who?
number one. I said so.
Well, I got on the Rusev bandwagon as soon as he was a recipient of the Gold Star Medal and
And a
of the
hero of Russian Federation.
I hope
Yeah.
that if we ever have a fantasy draft of wrestlers that you can get Rusev. But
I'm gonna draft Rusev.
Jinder's mine.
Were you setting me up for a segue?
I was going to say, speaking of title
Matt just underhand
deserve
pitched
titles.
pitched me a segue here. I like it.
that's why I'm here.
Yeah, well, we bring you on for the good stuff. So and we're talking about
I'm all
drugs.
in on the Breezango.
I said drugs.
They're gonna win the titles.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I don't think.
Look, when we went to SmackDown, I don't think anybody popped louder in our area than me for
For
Breezango.
Breezango. I love Breezango. I can't have him in my stable of guys though because Corey's apparently laying stake to them now.
Got him.
Hey, I'm getting all these lower card guys.
You know what? You'll
for
have to
dirt
draft
cheap.
them.
Okay,
When the draft comes around.
Listen. No.
I'm getting lower card guys.
When
You're
you-
complaining I'm taking up all these lower card guys?
Well, let's wrap this
Take
up.
Samoa Joe. He's all yours. You can
Anyway.
have the club. Hell, give me my goddamn Bollywood boys in Breezango and get off my nuts. Jesus Christ. You give me a hard time by getting the worst guys on the bottom of the card, and I'm grabbing up all the good talent.
I want Bo Dallas.
You can have Bo Dallas.
Damn it. He was next.
So speaking of people that I will be drafting into my stable of boys, Handsome Rusev making his triumphant
You're lucky.
surprise video filmed on a Motorola
It's so
Razr.
bad.
He just basically comes out, but like I do like that they are doing a thing with him. It is good to see that like they haven't forgot the fact that Rusev is coming to SmackDown. So Rusev comes on to the
What a dumb storyline for him. So we got our next 2 world title matches already determined for SmackDown.
and they are former tag team partners with each other.
And they're both foreigners. So why don't we have an American hero
because you know
world
who
champion?
you know who loves Randy Orton? The same people who boo foreigners because they're foreign. It's
I think
100
John Cena as the champ would make
if you're
more
going
sense.
if you're going to make Randy because they're having a hard
Jack
time.
Swagger maybe.
They have been having a hard time keeping Randy Orton face since basically I want to say
So is
probably
Rusev
about-
going to be the face and Orton be the heel in
no,
that
no,
match?
no. They are doing this to keep Randy Orton face. They are doing this to keep him.
To try to make sure he's facing these guys that people don't like.
Well, yeah, exactly. And like,
But we like these guys.
Randy
so.
Orton is one of those guys that, and I hate to say it, but your Middle America, your Davenport, Iowas, your Des Moines, Iowas,
Your
Kansas
Make America
City,
Great Agains.
Yeah, your Rust Belt states.
Columbus, Ohio.
Look at
Vape
All these
Nation.
hick towns,
Look
right?
at the states that they're touring through right now. They're all states that will boo somebody for speaking in Punjabi. Like, I hate to say it, Des Moines, Iowa, but you're not doing yourselves any favor here.
You can't say that about those people.
I just said it about Des Moines, Iowa. Come on, Des Moines, Iowa.
If it was Kentucky, maybe we'd be talking because those people are the worst. But Des Moines, Iowa,
have you been to Indiana?
yeah, Indiana sucks
it's
too.
the worst.
Chicago's the worst.
Chicago's okay. Anyway,
You haven't been doing it right if you like it.
So we've
Philadelphia is the worst city in
Yeah,
America.
I also
so
dislike Philadelphia. Philadelphia's so boring.
the show's over.
It's
Canceled.
so boring.
Audio Suplex Live is over. I
So
quit.
much crime.
I quit.
I bet you like Detroit too, don't you?
Anyway, do you want
big fan of Detroit.
you listen here and
Probably a
you
Cleveland
you
fan.
listen-
Whoa.
you listen here, Corey, and you listen good. If you want to talk about Jinder Mahal this week, you better sit down, shut your trap, and let me get to the Jinder
Okay,
talk.
get to the Jinder.
Let's talk about Jinder Mahal. So we had a no disqualification match between Randy Orton and the only surviving member of the Wyatt family at this point, Eric Rowan. Pretty cool for a no
He's the only
disqualification.
one that's still alive.
Yeah, the rest of them have because Luke Harper's doing his Josh Groban really tall thing.
Well, he's singing.
he's
He's
singing.
doing
So-
concerts.
Yeah, he's doing a Josh Groban thing.
This isn't my idea, but I heard a pitch of an idea for a character for him would be the dude. So he just becomes a stoner and he's all like laid
For
back. Like,
Groban?
dude. No, for
For
Luke
Luke
Harper,
Harper.
he
Yeah,
would be
Josh Groban.
Dude Harper.
Dude,
Jeez, that's terrible.
yikes.
I thought it
It's
was
not
funny.
good. I'm
And-
glad
wait,
that's
wait,
not
wait.
your idea, Corey,
I
because
was
it's
just-
stupid.
I was just about to say, and by you heard, you mean you came up
I
with.
didn't know. I don't want to claim. If I did, I would have definitely.
I heard
it.
that there was a.
Well, it's from another wrestling podcast. So do you want me to plug their show?
Those shows aren't real to me. Alternative shows.
It was Steve from Going in Raw.
Oh, I
that
do
said
like
that.
him. Yeah.
I like Larson better than Steve.
Anyway, so match broke down. Orton won, as you would kind of expect. And then who should come out to confront him? Your new number one contender, Corey's boy, who will not be hindered. And if you see him on Tinder, you better swipe right on Jinder.
Breezango? Oh, Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I know.
Hard body Mahal coming out to
Gross ass veins, Mahal.
get that
Wet
get that
body Mahal.
Wet body.
get that foreign language heel
Smooth
heat.
body Mahal.
Moist nipple Mahal.
Waxed body Mahal.
Matt, what do you think of people booing him just because I now granted I know he did it in like a very heelish way. He's like, I'm going to speak my native tongue and blah blah blah. People are literally just booing him
Vince
because
told him to do that.
well, yeah, no, I get that, but like
I think the crowd sucks, and we should probably gather those people up and
Put them somewhere else.
I said
move them out of this country.
I said to somebody in conversation this week, I said, I feel like these cities, like your Des Moines, Iowa, and your Kansas City, are like the cities that WWE wish they could do shows in all the time because those crowds play into
the racism that
exactly-
Vince likes to
Well,
use.
they just play into the storylines how they would want us probably to all play into the storylines. Like they cheer Roman Reigns on, they booed the hell out of Braun Strowman, they booed the living daylights out of the Miz. Which if you put him in like a Philadelphia or Chicago right now, the smart crowd is like, give me more of that, man. Like
I feel like Miz has really fallen a lot since moving to Raw, where he was the hot shit on
He is very
SmackDown.
hot.
His segments on SmackDown were probably the most entertaining.
Are you saying he's hot?
And now, no, he's not one of my guys.
Who are you talking about?
The Miz. So now he's on
He's
Raw,
one of my guys.
and his storylines are.
Yeah, I don't
Lame.
really. Not to mention that like he has to carry around Dean Ambrose with him basically now.
Well,
It's
I
just,
mean, yeah. Why are they using the
I can
same
only-
storylines we already seen?
yeah.
So I was trying to pull it up here. So somebody on Facebook had posted, does anyone else think that Ginger's new crew should be called the Taj Mahal? It practically writes itself. And my response to that was, I just wish we didn't have to use race or country of origin as a gimmick.
But here's the thing: as long as
What
there's
if
Des
there's a
Moines,
Jewish
Iowa, and Kansas City,
stable?
Missouri,
There isn't though.
There's an Italian FBI.
There have been Jewish characters.
but although like half the members of
IRS?
the FBI haven't been like actual Italians, Tracy
I know.
Smothers.
Good old Southern boy,
Yeah.
Tracy Smothers.
Remember when ECW, when he was in the FBI, they used to bill him, I think it was from either like Nashville, Italy, or
Yeah.
they would bill
Really?
him from South Italy.
South Italy. That's hilarious.
I
So
don't know. I get the whole
There's a lot of racist ones.
xenophobia type stuff. Like I
We-
get it.
The nation.
we still live in a planet in a country where there is a lot of xenophobia, and I know that it's easy heat
So why are we perpetuating it though?
because money,
Because it sells tickets.
because it sells tickets.
Just
you
be
know,
happy there's
because-
no Ku Klux Klan.
Because the people of Des Moines, Iowa will pay money to see good old Randy Orton, a good old American boy, beat the shit out of Jinder Mahal, which is not going to happen.
But people like
Jinder's gonna win.
people like heels now. So
not in these cities, and this is the
So-
point I was getting to earlier.
not all
where is
people.
Jinder's merchandise?
he doesn't
India.
have
He
it.
doesn't have any.
It's going to be in India. They're opening up the market in India right now.
So
Stupid.
I get the point that you're trying to get at, but at this point, it's like trying to reinvent the wheel. Like you're not gonna, short of like going in and telling Vince McMahon himself, like, hey, knock it off.
But so, I mean, I guess we're right. Women got the right to vote in the United States before black people did. So the women's revolution is just now happening. It's going to be another 20,
I
30
think-
years before we see
Although I agree
equal
with
races. I know it's the WWE, so what the hell is it? Doesn't matter. But
well,
it's still annoying.
I agree to the point of I think it's silly to perpetuate this idea with forms of entertainment as WWE. But trust me, the world's not going to change because WWE takes a stance and says, you know what? Don't hate the guy. But then again, like look at 205 Live. Then they have somebody like Mustafa Ali, whose entire gimmick is, hey, you hear Mustafa Ali and you want to hate me because, I'm Middle Eastern, but then look at me, I do really cool flippy shit. Like, I'm really nice. I'm going to go fist bump your kid now. Like,
But that's still old school versus new school.
it's 100% true. I don't know. I agree. I don't like it. I don't like it as much as you do. I think I thought we were past this, and here was part of my notes. I actually think I wrote this down specifically. Okay. Jinder Mahal interrupts Randy's post-match celebration. USA chants break out. Seriously, these are my notes as I'm watching SmackDown. This feels like Muhammad Hassan 2.0. Why does speaking in a foreign language generate heel heat? America is racist. That's my thoughts. I agree with you. I think it's silly, but it still gets heat. So,
Trump's America.
well, save it for the political podcast coming later this summer.
So speaking of women getting the right to vote,
Hold on, Jinder stole the world title.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't bury the
bad.
lead like that.
My
He
bad.
stole it.
Nah, he took what's inevitably going to be.
That's
his.
true. He was just getting an advance.
Yeah, he was just
an
getting.
advance on the belt.
he went to Cashland.
He's like, let me get that belt now.
Yeah.
All
Listen,
They were like, well, okay,
Okay.
just got to pay it back.
if you're gonna do this racist thing with Jinder Mahal being like your stereotypical Indian dude, I'm so
Stealing.
I'm
They
so
are known
I'm
for
so
that.
glad that they brought out the Bollywood boys to be his lackeys. Oh my god! One, I've loved them ever since the CWC. Two, whatever. We need more tag teams on SmackDown. Throw them in there. Let's go. Get some heel heat. Make it a stable. I don't care. At this
Why
point.
weren't they in the tag team Time limit match.
Because they had
I guess they would have had to have another tag team.
Yeah, which they don't.
Actually,
club?
3 more
Oh.
tag teams.
Well, they got the New Day coming in soon, so.
Oh, I saw the idea of them pitching a triple or a trios belt on SmackDown, because there's a lot of trios now,
Yeah.
or potential trios if they sign like Carlito to be with the
That would be really cool,
Clones.
yeah.
Jinder
and the
and the Bollywood Boys, New Day, obviously. Shoot, there were some other ones, but I can't think.
The Wyatts.
Well, they're split up between
They're
brands now
gone.
because Bray Wyatt's on Raw, and then
Just let them be.
so
They're gone. The
last thing-
Shield is going to get drafted to SmackDown to be part of the triple tag team division.
you could have a triples, you could have a trios tag thing that floats between shows, but that's too much.
I don't think
Anyway,
that- yeah,
last thing I
a
want
lot
to
of work.
they should have a TV title that's between all the shows: NXT, 205 Live, Raw, SmackDown,
The UK
ECW.
Championship.
WCPW,
New Japan.
New Japan,
yeah.
PWG,
Evolve.
New Japan,
ICW.
New Japan has a trios title.
NOW.
It's the never open weight 6-man tag.
As long as it's on TV,
IWAMS.
as long as it's on TV, it has to be broadcast on every wrestling show.
Okay. Jesus.
All right. Anything else on SmackDown?
Main event, women's title match: Charlotte versus Naomi.
Charlotte won, right? New women's champion.
No.
Oh, well, that's a surprise.
Yeah. Well, can't win. Can't
So what
win them all.
happened? What was the end of the match? Or
Long
what did we
so
hear?
they started this narrative last week with Charlotte being the new kid in town, and then there was like essentially like a girl gang made up of Carmella,
Ellsworth,
James Ellsworth,
He is part of the
Natalia,
girl.
Natalia, and Tamina. Basically just bullying Charlotte. I
Tamina's-
think this is going to be the slow start of potentially flirting with the idea of turning Charlotte face.
Yeah, I think that's what the direction they're going.
If there is not a tag team match with Charlotte and Naomi teaming up against
I think they're teasing
Becky
that
Lynch.
Becky Lynch might turn to the dark side.
no.
This is what I'm thinking. We have those 3 ladies because they talked to Becky like,
they're-
if you're not with us, you're against us. Okay,
Penciled in right now, 3-on-3 next week for
3
SmackDown.
on 3. Maybe not for next week. Maybe a week or 2 down the line.
Okay. We've got time before
It could even be after Backlash, but we do 3 on 3, and Becky Lynch turns on the good guys because she wants the
that
women's
might
championship.
be the only way you could.
So she turns on them. Charlotte turns face.
Double
Becky
turn?
turns heel. Becky joins that women's stable.
They
Because
two
you're going to
sweet
get
each other.
Lana in there. Like, there's more women coming to the division. Asuka's probably coming up soon. They got Backlash, which is next month.
Yeah.
There's a takeover that pay-per-view. Asuka could lose the
Chicago.
belt and be on SmackDown the next night.
I think there's a good chance she loses the belt at Chicago just because it is going to be a fatal 4-way. So,
So there you go. Your women's
Who's in that?
division's ready to go.
it's going to be Ruby Riott. It's going to be Nikki Cross and Ember Moon.
Nice.
Spoiler alert from NXT next week, I think it is. So
That'll be good.
Give Nikki Cross the belt.
So
No,
that's
Give Ruby Riott the belt.
that's all my thoughts from
Or
SmackDown
Ember
this
Moon.
week. I don't like what they're doing with Shinsuke. I do like how the tag team division's starting to look. I am 100% in the court of not push gender, but I like seeing somebody
Let
in
him win some stuff.
I like seeing somebody in the title picture that isn't Randy Orton or any of the 8,000 other faces we've seen in the
And
title
if they
picture.
realistically book him to win his matches, even if he cheats, as long as it's realistic and
To his
and he's
character.
being booked properly, it'll work.
Yeah, you can
Like,
get him over.
He's supposed to be a heel anyway, so if the fans boo him, hooray, good job.
Right.
We did it.
But you just got to book him strong. You can't have him losing
And
like he
racist.
was. And racist. You got to pull on the heat on that.
Jesus Christ. Corey, you prepared some trivia for this.
Yeah,
this
let's
week.
do just a couple. The way this is gonna work. Yeah. It's time for trivia. It's
Trivia.
Brainbuster trivia. I will have you guys both pick a show,
Oh.
so you can.
WCW Monday Night Raw.
No. So I'm gonna say, okay, Travis, you're gonna go first. Okay.
WCW Thunder.
No. You can pick Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and you can pick male or female.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a wrestler's name, and you tell me if that's their real name or if that is a kayfabe name.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll see how much you know. So who would like to go first?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Do you want to go
Just
first?
someone go.
I'll defer to you. You're the guest.
Okay.
All right, the guest
I'll
will
first.
go Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
Give me
male or female.
Raw
Okay.
men.
Okay, let's see here. Is Heath Slater's real name Heath Slater?
No.
That is correct.
Yes.
His name is Heath Miller.
Nice.
Nailed it.
You got it. All right.
That
Pick
was
a show.
That was correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
God damn it. That was.
I'll hold up a number of fingers.
Perfect. All right,
you.
Travis.
Correct.
Pick a show and a male or female.
NXT
Okay.
female.
Okay.
Is NXT an option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dweeb.
Peyton Royce.
Oh, no.
That is correct. Her name is Cassie McIntosh.
Oh, nice.
Matthew, pick a
Let's
show.
do NXT male.
NXT male. Okay. Oh, and just for a preface, if his name is Mike, or if I say Mike Jones and his name is Michael Jones, Mike is his name. So
Okay.
if it's a shorter version of their name, it still counts as their real name.
Okay.
Just so you know. Not that I'm going to give you one that necessarily has that.
All right, I'm prepared for it.
Is the wrestler Roderick Strong's real name Roderick Strong?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
His name is Christopher Lindsay.
Toilet
Oh,
noise.
you blew it.
All right, Travis, you are up next.
All right. Let me go.
Shitty little
And you
boobs.
can't pick female NXT again.
Okay, let's go Raw female.
Raw female. Here we go.
Just how I like them.
Is
Damn it.
Mickey James's real name Mickey James?
Yes.
That is correct. That is her real name. All right. Matt, pick your show.
SmackDown male.
SmackDown male. All right. Let's do Zack Ryder.
No.
That is correct. His name is Matthew Cardona. We have a tie game. Go ahead, Travis.
SmackDown women.
Man, you like the women. There's only so many to choose from.
It's easier.
Okay. So Tamina. Is Tamina's real name Tamina?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Her name is Serona.
It's Samantha.
So we have a tie game. We're up to you, Matt. Go ahead.
I already said NXT male, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay. Do Raw female.
Female Raw. You can also say 205 Live, just so you know.
I don't know any of
sorry.
those, so I'm not gonna say that.
You said female on Raw?
All you need to know is Tony Nese.
Um,
Oh, and drafting to my stable of dudes, Arya Davari and Mustafa Ali.
is Alicia Fox real name Alicia Fox?
No.
That is correct.
Yes.
Her name is Victoria Crawford.
Alicia Fox.
All right, Travis, here's your chance to tie, and then we'll go into sudden death.
Okay.
So pick your show.
Well, whatever. We just said 205 Live.
Okay, 205 Live.
It's the most exciting hour of television.
Let's go
Lucha
with
Underground is an hour long.
Shut up.
Tony Nese. Is Tony Nese's real name Tony Nese?
Yes.
That is correct.
Wow.
His name is Anthony Nese. But
Anthony.
That works for me.
well, crap, we got a tie here. So
Lightning round.
Lightning round.
Just start spitting them off.
And you guys are just gonna yell out the answers.
No.
Yeah.
Raise your hand. Like whoever raises your hand first gets the answer.
Colin Cassidy.
Yes.
Nope.
Damn it.
His name is William Morrissey.
I knew that actually.
Chris Jericho.
No.
That's correct. His name is Christopher Irvine.
That's it. I win.
Do two more.
What? No, this is ridiculous.
Elias Sampson. Matt.
Dummy.
Yes.
That's not his real name.
God damn it.
Sorry. Carl Anderson. Yeah.
That is correct.
No, his name is Chad Allegra.
Oh, well, I still have one up on Matt because
Yeah.
Matt's a dummy.
Okay.
Too bad, Chad.
So our winner
Chad,
is
too bad. Sorry.
Travis.
Yeah.
Tex Ferguson.
So do you want a WWF prize or an ECW prize?
Oh,
ECW.
you know the answer.
Come on.
Easy F and W.
What the hell kind of question is this? Is it the DVD of One Night Stand?
It is ECW Extreme Championship Unreleased Videos Volume 2.
Oh,
Wow.
give unto Caesar.
It is made in Mexico too. Just so
Oh,
you know.
nice.
Wow. I'm coming over to watch that anyways.
Why'd you say Mexico and just get that heel heat
Hate
going
you
on?
on Mexico.
All right, so what do we got on here? Tommy Dreamer versus the Tasmaniac from Hardcore TV.
Who's the
in 1993.
Tasmaniac?
You may know him as Taz.
Is there a scaffold match on there?
I don't see a scaffold match. Let's see. I'm just gonna read it off. Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk. Sabu versus Chris Jericho. Shane Douglas versus Al Snow. Chris Candido and Lance Storm versus Sabu and Rob Van Dam. Thank you. This is really cool. Awesome. I'll have to get Volume 1 now, too.
It's not on VHS. He doesn't want it.
Yeah, Volume 1 is on a VHS.
Is it really?
That I recorded
damn
off the
it.
TV.
All right, let's get out of here before we break something. Corey,
Check me out on Twitter. Well, check out Audio Suplex Live on Twitter at Audio Suplex Live. We're also on Facebook. We're also on the internet at audiosuplex.live.
I didn't post the link for the episode this week on Twitter.
Oh, damn.
So all 25 of the people that follow us on Twitter. We got 10 retweets
27
today for...
That is,
27 people.
you know what Matt brings to the show? Retweets.
He brings social media
Retweets.
presence.
We do. We get it.
Every time Matt...
I'm thinking the next time that I come on, I'm actually going to require that there's
No.
a certain number of followers.
No, you're an idiot.
Jesus.
We're at 27 now.
Hope for 30.
You know what? I tweeted from the Blood Sprayer podcast.
Yeah? Oh, was that you?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, it was me. To try to get you guys more followers.
Thank you. If you're
so
listening to
cute.
this because of that, welcome. Hopefully you like what you heard.
If you just have a Twitter, just follow at Audio Suplex Live.
Follow at...
Studio Oplex.
Studio Oplex Vive.
Yeah. You can follow me at XDrTX. Make sure you guys are subscribing on iTunes. Make sure you guys are subscribing on Google Play,
Podbean.
YouTube, Podbean, wherever you want to subscribe to your podcast.
Zune
app.
Marketplace.
The Zune Marketplace, MySpace, Zanga,
ICQ.
ICQ,
We'll drop our ICQ number in the bottom.
Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah. Okay, guys. You can catch me at Heel Corey on Twitter. Heel_Corey. We're going to catch you, Matt.
At Matt Bad Friend.
Cute.
All right.
Real cute.
Until Sunday.
We'll see you shits in a couple days.
Sunday.
1 o'clock.
Hey guys, we would like to thank the band Wax for our intro and outro music. You can check them out at waxoh.bandcamp.com. You have been listening to the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.